Well, thank you for joining us here this afternoon or evening, whatever time it is that you're choosing to watch this video. We are here on Friday, July 24th, and we are going to try to answer some questions to help you as parents and teachers and staff members better understand what the start of school might look like for the 2021 school year. With me today is Linda Jackson. She works for NBC News, but she's also a mom and a community member here in Northwest Allen. She's not here today as a member of the news media. She is here as a mom who, like you, has questions about whether or not it would be safe for her child to come back and what do those conditions look like. And so we appreciate her opportunity or her willingness to be here today to help answer the questions that are on your mind so that we can get the information out to you. Thank you, Linda, for being here.
Thanks for having me, Dr. Himsel. I really do appreciate it. And yes, I am from Fort Wayne's NBC, but I am very proud Northwest Allen County Schools parent, and go Carol. And my son graduated in 2015 and just graduated last year from IU. And we keep Northwest and all the schools and the teachers he had very, very close to our hearts all the time, and have been thinking of you. He's my one and only. So knowing that all you parents and teachers are going through so much, because as we chatted before this recording began, things are so up in the air. And it can be very difficult to deal with that. But I'm a true believer in clear, good communication, and that's what this is all about. So thank you very much for allowing me to be here. Let's tell everybody at home the first day of school.
Yep. First day, we're planning on August the 12th. At this moment, we are not planning to make a change. However, as we've learned since February, we do need to be flexible, and if new information comes forth that causes us to change that date, we will communicate it. But at this particular moment in time, we are planning with sticking with our August 12th start date for the 2020-2021 school year.
I have likened it lately to juggling in the circus. I can imagine what a good juggler you are these days. What will the day look like for, let's begin with the youngest students, Dr. Himsel?
You know, what we're going to try to do for all of our kids is to try to make it as normal as possible. But it's not going to be the typical normal school year, because we are living in conditions that are different from what we did the last time they were here physically on site. What the youngest kids are going to do is that that's where it's going to probably be the closest to being as normal as possible. But they will be wearing masks. They will be physically distanced apart from other students, the most that we can do that in a practical way. There's going to be less of the hugging and the high fives than what we've done in the past, but that doesn't mean it's going to go away. Our youngest kids in particular are spontaneous with that, and we're not going to eliminate that spontaneousness. But we are going to be safer. We're going to be a little bit more careful, and we are going to work with kids in terms of hand washing, hand sanitizing, and doing some things like that. As you move up in the intermediate grades, it's going to be wearing masks. It's going to be physically distancing as much as we can within those classrooms. Again, hand washing, hand sanitizing. They're probably going to notice a little bit less group work, less of getting together and with their peers. And we're still going to do that because it's an effective teaching strategy. There's just going to be less of it. And they may be for shorter time periods. We know that based on what we've learned from the doctors, the current guidance is that we want to be more than 6 feet apart. And if we have to be less than 6 feet apart, we want to try to do it for less than 15 minutes at a time. And so you're going to see less of the group work, and when we do group work, it'll be for shorter durations. In all of our elementary schools, when they go to lunch, they're going to be staggered lunch periods. There's going to be more distance in the cafeteria. There's not going to be self-service. There's going to be more grab and go or service from the cafeteria workers. We're going to be utilizing plasticware prepackaged in plastic with a napkin so that they don't have to pick through the different silverware. We will probably still continue to use the washable trays, but we're going to be using the disposable utensils and different things like that. We're still going to cook fresh food. We are not going to go the way in any of our schools, go to the way of just having all prepackaged, but there will be more prepackaged than what we've had in the past. But our food service workers pride themselves on providing fresh options. they want to continue to do that, there will just be fewer options, and there won't be the self-service where the kids will get to pick the portion, or maybe not as many choices on their vegetable choice. There may be more limited options in that regard. The a la carte options that some kids love, and those of us as parents get surprised by, because we find the accounts the money goes faster than maybe what we were thinking it was going to. There's going to be less options of those. In some cases, there won't be any options, at least maybe not at the start. But as time goes on, we may incorporate some of those back in. They'll just be more limited than what they've been in the past.